Hello friends, welcome once again to topcoaching.com. So today in this class we will be talking about alkynes, the unsaturated hydrocarbons which are open chain and have a triple carbon hydrogen bond, right? So friends, in alkanes we had single bond, right? And the general formula for alkanes was CnH2n plus 2, right? How about alkenes? We removed, two hydrogens to make, one more bond come between carbon and hydrogen, right? Carbon and hydrogen have double bond now, two hydrogens removed, and from CnH2n plus 2 we moved on to CnH2n for alkenes. Now we have alkynes, wherein we have one more bond between carbon and hydrogen. So the two electrons that are required for formation of this bond are given by hydrogen that leave the alkenes, and hence the general formula for alkynes is CnH2n minus 2, right? We start with the preparation of alkynes, the methods how to prepare alkynes. First and foremost method is treating water with calcium carbide. And how do we do that? First of all, calcium carbide, this 2 should be a smaller number below carbon. Calcium carbide is prepared by calcium oxide and carbon. This calcium carbide, when reacted with the most available compound known as water, this is what we get. And how do we get this? Let us have a look at calcium carbide structure. This is calcium carbide, friends. Ca2 positive having two carbon triple bonded carbons having a 2 negative charge on them because of the electrons. Now what we have to simply do is get hydrogen ions from water. One hydrogen ion comes and gets bonded with these electrons, another one comes and gets bonded with these electrons, the charge goes away, and what we get is acetylene with calcium ions bonding with the OH ions, and we are getting calcium hydroxide. So water is nothing but H positive and OH negative ions, right? So the H positive ions in water attacked the electrons over here and formed a bond with carbon. One bond here, one bond here. So this is the first method of preparation of alkynes, treatment of water with calcium carbide. How about another method? Alkynes can also be prepared when vicinal dihalides are reacted in presence of a base. Potassium hydroxide is a base, right, in an alcoholic solution. So why do we need a base now? These two HBRs, this hydrogen from here, this bromine from here, hydrogen from here and bromine from here. The OH ions from the base take away the hydrogen, K positive ions take away the bromine, and these two elements when leave carbons, they leave behind one bond each, and this is what we get, right? A small amount of alcoholic potassium hydroxide would lead to an alkene, a larger amount would lead to an alkyne, right? So this is how we prepare alkynes by the second method. This is called dehydrohalogenation of vicinal dihalides. Now what are vicinal dihalides, friends? We know what are dihalides, right? As the name suggests, di means two, halides means the halogen atoms, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So when these two halogen atoms are found on different carbon atoms, these are called vicinal dihalides, whereas if the halogen atoms are formed on same carbon atom, we call them geminal dihalides. So these are the reactions of forming alkyl halides with both vicinal and geminal dihalides. So this was all about preparation of alkynes. We come to the physical properties of alkynes now. As always, like alkanes and alkenes, first three members are gases And do we remember why smaller members are gases and not liquids or solids? Because lesser number of members means less length of chain, which means a smaller surface area. Smaller surface area leads to less number of van der Waals forces, and since less molecules, it means less number of hydrogen bonds, and these two forces is what makes the molecules come together and sit as a liquid or a solid. That is why smaller members are gases, next 8 are liquids, and higher ones have lot of van der Waals forces of attraction and hydrogen bonds among them, and hence they are solids. Right? Quickly move on to chemical properties of alkynes.